announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Every day I die.
Back to the start, another try.
I got the time, so why shouldn't I? Every day I die.
Back to the start, another try.
I got the time, so why shouldn't I?
I've got too much time on my hands. Got too much time on my hands.
What up, y'all? It's the Jokerz Gallery right here on the Faygoluvers Network. Another episode of 5-Piece coming at you today. And to close out the first month of the year, what better way to close it out than the first almighty Joker card, Carnival of Carnage. If you can't tell by Luke, who's repping it like he was on the Joker card countdown list when it got too low of a fucking ranking. Mike got the fresh-ass vinyl up there. For sure, Carnival of Carnage, man, I think it's near and dear to all of our hearts. If you watch the rankings show like I was talking about previously, we all took it personally offensive that it was ranked number 8. So got to give it some shine here. We're going to talk about the top 5 before we get into that. I always try to think about the first thing I think about with Carnival of Carnage. I think mine's probably different than quite a few people. It's the first actual like Carnival of Carnage merch that I owned was the Joker card that came in Shockumentary of Carnival of Carnage. So the first thing I owned was the first Joker. I always thought that was super dope. But, you know, first thing I really bought from ICP was Shockumentary. The first thing connected to me, I buy it and I get the first fucking Joker card in the thing. I didn't even know the album. I didn't have the album yet. Couldn't afford it. Like we've talked about many a times. It took like 2 weeks of allowance to buy an album then. So I didn't have Carnival of Carnage, but I had that fucking Joker card that came in Shockumentary. Another thing that I remember merch-wise that I had before Carnival of Carnage is I found a House of Crazies tape at a pawn shop. Bought it for like $4.99. Threw it up on the Angel Fire. Ended up trading it for a Fuck Off T-shirt, an original Super Bowl shirt, and a Carnival of Carnage Zippo. So that shit lit most of the squares and fucking blunts whenever we first started smoking in the Juggler crew. So I always remember that as well. What do you think about first time you think Carnival Carnage, Mike?
I think about getting it dubbed on like a fucking Maxwell cassette way back in 1997 because the island version wasn't fresh yet. We weren't getting that shit in my area. So shout out to Steven Oliveira. I talk about him a fucking episode damn there.
We gotta get. He's the guest. We gotta get on this fucking program. Down, he's still fucking alive, man.
Yeah. That dude is straight from Michigan, you know, originally.
Makes sense.
I heard the one with Natty, the Axe and Blacken Eyes. So when the year later, when I got the island version, I was pissed because I don't like listening to that. I don't like. It's something missing. That's like taking Wu-Tang Forever, taking our Triumph. You can't, you know, I can't listen to it. So that's what I think about. I think about the fucking image, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so fucking dope. A lot of my homies are rocking this shit back in the day, whether it be the Insanity shirt or like the blue one, you know? Yeah, man, I love it more than most people, you know? Reason why I took a main liking to my crew, shout out to the Bender Boys, because they love that record like we do, so. Because my crew back in the day was like, sounds old. It was made in 92. Of course it sounds old, you know? Fire, though. I love Carnival, man.
Yeah, I think I said it on one of the other 5 pieces we did. They sound old. Yeah, it was whenever we were talking about the top 5 Spotify's we were playing because you were playing a lot of Eazy-E, and I was like, yeah, Carnival Carnage sounds old the same way Eazy-E sounds old. It's fucking awesomely.
Yeah.
Like it's so different from everything else now, man. It sounds fucking it's like nostalgia for me to hear that fucking because nobody brings that shit anymore.
Not at all, bro.
About you, Luke, when you think of Carnival Carnage, what do you think of? Your first impressions? Was it the actual album?
Yeah, probably. It's just that old school flavor, man. Like, I think I've told this story before. It's like I was down in, what did I say, 96. And so, like, our first album was Riddle Box. And then from there, I went back and I think I probably bought Carnival of Carnage next. Because, like, in there, I saw the first Joker's card. You know, I like to go first up too. So I think Carnival of Carnage probably would have been the second record I ever bought from them. And you know, it's 96, so it's like not that far away from not fucking 92, 4 years ago, you know what I mean? So to me, it wasn't like, oh, this sounds old or anything like that. And you know, like you said, like if you listen to fucking some old school hip hop, it's kind of the same shit, like you can see where they got their style from. You know what I mean? Like they were going kind of with the sound at that time. So if you listen to music that's a little bit older, it's not that much different. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like early 90s hip hop. That's a lot of people's favorite era of hip hop ever.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what it sounds like.
I don't know. I don't really get that criticism, but and it was
I never got that shit either.
Dope shit. I mean, it's not as like carny as some of the newer stuff. Obviously, like they didn't do a whole lot of clown shit. Really, I mean, they still did all the like horrorcore shit, like killing motherfuckers. But I fucking love Carnival of Carnage, man.
That's also the album where Mikey Clark didn't start out as the producer, so he didn't really have an opportunity to kind of sit down with the music and figure it out to kind of add some carnival flavor to it, like you started hearing more on Ringmaster and even on Beverly Kills. So yeah, I think this is their most like gangster rap era sounding album.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get into the top 5. I think this one will probably be a surprise for a lot of people just because it's not really much of a song, but it's the fucking track 2, Carnival of Carnage. The reason that I dug it so much is I used to have an ICP wrestling clips where they were wrestling without face paint from ICW. Shaggy was a Sewer Dweller, Violent J was a Hector Hatchet, and they had clipped together like some of their best moves, and they were crazy as fuck. Violent J's doing moonsaults to the outside of the floor, Shaggy's doing his fucking leg drop, but it was clipped together to fucking Carnival of Carnage. So I watched the fuck out of that thing. So that Carnival of Carnage always was stuck in my head, and I immediately knew the words and knew like the tempo to it. Just saying, it gets, you know, you sitting there smoking and you're saying Carnival of Carnage, Carnival of Carnage. You just get into it. And also flipping it back to the wrestling, like 20 years after that, my homie Mooch that I've talked about, he had a tag team called the Carnival of Carnage. They both rocked the red like Carnival of Carnage hoodies from back in the day, him and his tag partner, and they came after this song. So this song's always just kind of followed wrestling to me. So I've always had a special place for wrestling and this fucking song in my heart. I think about it whenever I think ICP wrestling. That's what I think of is fucking the Carnival of Carnage song. So I wanted to get it on there. I put it at the 5 spot.
Oh yeah. Each time fucked around and said Carnival of Carnage. Jay said, what are you talking about?
Yeah, just leave it. Just leave it to be all right. Imagine if their whole legacy was now built on the Carnival of Carnage.
That beat's crazy too, man.
Yeah.
I do want to hear that version with Esham on it, though. I think that would be super dope if Mikey Clark could find that for a Forgotten Freshness or something. That would be super fresh to hear.
My number 5, Guts on the Ceiling.
Yeah, that's my number 5 as well, sir.
Yeah.
Sister Smitty from my house. I said to my little friend, get the fuck off me, boy! Oh, you never guess what's up. My monkey head blew up. My chin's in the old man's backyard. I gotta sneak through his yard to find a further mucker. And he's got a pit bull dog, and it's sitting on my chin like a frog on a log. I throw a bone to try to distract, cause I'm wanting my chinny chin back. I'll never be one to boast, but there's my tongue hanging off the light post. Cause my head exploded, and my brain's unloaded. All over this beautiful city, teeth and bones to the nitty gritty. There's my eyeball stuck to the wall, right next to my splattered jaw. I don't dig this game, chasing my brains all through the sewer drains. My head's all over the block, cause I done went lunatic tick tock. Come on dog, what's wrong with my head? It blew apart, but I still ain't dead. I get no respect, I got nothing but guts hanging off my neck, but I'm still chillin', even with my blood and guts all over the ceiling. Chillin', guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin', still chillin'. Oh, you never guess what's up. My mucking back blew up. If you come across the spine, best believe it's mine. Oh, forget about my tongue, cause Pato can't breathe without no lungs. I lost both of mine. Now that's an item that I wouldn't mind to find, but forget about that, cause I'm roaming the streets with a splattered back. I'm trying to rap to this freak, but she can see my ribs all in the street. Then the chit-chat went dead. She noticed that I ain't got no head. I think I hit my heart, but damn, it got hit by a smart bus. It landed in Pontiac, so I tell my mellow to send it back. Come on, why did my back blow up? Look for my guts, look for my guts. I got a call from Nate DeMac, says he might have found part of my back. Then bring it on over, Ace. I got slabs all over the place, but I'm still chillin', even with my blood and guts all over the ceiling. So just get some, don't blow up my head. I got my back, but I ain't dead. So just get some, don't fry my brain. I got no head, but I got no head. Hello?
Yes, can I speak to a Jokerz, please?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, check it out, man. Lindsay said he seen your large intestines, man.
For real, where they at?
Hanging from a telephone wire in Bernard Junction.
Cool, man. That's for real?
Yeah, man.
Alright, man, I'm about to go get them down and I'll give you a call.
Man.
Alright.
Check you out, dog.
You never guess what's up. I'm down on my luck. Got no head. Said I got no head. Southwest ghetto zone. It done fried my brain.
I'm chillin', I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin', I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin', I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin', I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. I'm chillin',
I lost my brain. And the game's mine. And you're just like
I'm chilling, I'm illin', with my guts all over the ceiling. Oh, that was that jam exam shit.
Yeah.
It's the story about dude blowing his top off and they still seeing the guts and shit. Crazy, bro. You know, love this song. That beat's crazy. When I listen to shit like this, I'm like, why is this underrated? This shit is so fire, bro. Like, great storytelling from Jay. Just banger. What can you say?
What's funny about also on that gym exam, what's funny is Jay talks about how like they don't cuss in the song. Like, and they were thinking they were trying to get radio play. They're trying and they're talking about blowing his head up and guts on the ceiling. Because it's funny because in the beginning he says my mucking head blew up. Like he doesn't cuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to get that radio play with guts on the ceiling. Yeah, Mike said classic. The hook gets fucking stuck in your head. It's just a fucking overall dope ass fucking song.
I'll go ahead and jump in. It's my 4. So, and we already touched on it. That fucking jam exam made it go from 10 freshness to Spinal Tap 11 because, and just the nonchalant way Jay was talking about it, he didn't even like act like it was a big deal. He was just like, yeah, that song came from one time I was chilling at my homie's house and I looked up at the ceiling and asked him, what's that? He's like, my dad blew his brains out right there. And like, to never have heard that story for 30 years was crazy. It just put a whole different perspective on that story. And I think that's one of the first times you really see Jay's storytelling ability coming out. Like people ain't talking about this type of shit in fucking regular hip hop, man. This is like, this is a little bit of that fucking twisted evil clown shit coming out, mixed with the dirtiness of how just crazy that fucking neighborhood he was growing up in was. Apparently that fucking brain matter from one of his homies' fucking dads was just chilling on the fucking ceiling. That shit like just made it that much more real. It's like, damn, man, they were going like, they really fucking going through all this shit they're fucking rapping about. Like I saw that Jay had a good imagination. Oh man, it was firsthand experience right there. That shit's fucking crazy. So yeah, I wanted to get that on there, so I'll put it at the 4 spot.
Oh yeah. I'm up.
Yes, sir.
All right, my number 4, Blacken Your Eyes.
Fill your head with lead. 'Cause I want you dead. 'Cause I want you dead. 'Cause I want you dead. Dead. 'Cause I want you dead. Girly bitch. You fucking freaky bitch. I'm knowing what you think. You think your shit don't stink. Take you out to dine. And dine and wine and dine. I tell you, you look fine. Then we fuck till I break your spine. Bitchy hoe. We fucking on the floor. We fucking in the bed. Then I shoot you in your head. You never make me cry. Before that bitch you die. Wicked, sadistic, psycholistic. I do like Nick the Mac. And club you in the back. I'm not like other guys. I'm quick to blacken your eyes. Bitchy hoe. You fucking freaky hoe. 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 You have a can of mace. I'll shoot you in your face. I grab you by the neck and whip that shit out. Don't think that I'd hit ya, but I punch and stop and kick ya. You wouldn't hit a lady. What, bitch? What, hoe? Bitch, you told me that you loved me. I thought that shit was true. But then you sucked on my boy's dick until his balls turned blue. Freaky trick. Take your fucking pick. Sucko, fucko, what? Nasty slut. I guess love is the word. You act like you ain't heard. I'm not like other guys. I'm quick to blacken your eyes.
You know, I don't condone domestic violence. But this shit is fucking crazy. I love it, man. Shaggy and his brother John Kick Jazz going back and forth, just like, you know, talking about them cheating ass broads and just beating ass, you know, basically. And I love when Jay got that color me bad shit. He's like, stop, you know, stop in the background. It's so fucking funny. But yeah, Blacken Your Eyes, man, so fire. I can't listen to that fucking island version. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have that OG. Gotta be on the track list. Blacken Your Eyes, my number 4.
What's funny about that song, it's not technically on that track, but it's the intro to that track when that chick is on the phone.
Yeah.
He's talking to her and she's like, he fucked me in the ass. And then he's like, hold on, I got another call. He's like, bitch, I'm gonna kick your motherfucking ass. She's like, Wrong number. Shit's so fucking classic, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
I always remember when they were on Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and the one lyrics that they're on trial for they're trying to blame ICP's music for pushing somebody over the edge, like kill themselves or something like that. And so they're on trial, and they're like up at the witness stand. They're like, and the fucking attorney dude's like, "We're gonna read right now from your song, Blacken Your Eyes."
Mr. Too Dope, perhaps you would care to read for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury the lyrics from your popular song, Blacken Your Eyes.
Filled your head with lead because I want you dead. Girly, girly bitch, you freaky, freaky bitch.
What could possibly be offensive about that? No, I mean, that's deplorable. Your songs drove my client's roommate to kill himself. Would that be an accurate statement?
Allow me to interject, please. We at Insane Clown Posse are very, very active in the community. We work with a number of local charities. Yeah, like we read to dead people. Sammy the Gerbil and his Muffin Adventure. We also spit fire.
No further questions.
I'm not like other guys. I'm quick to blacken your eyes. Shit is so hard.
I remember Shaggy really talked about living that fucking song on Howard Stern too. Did y'all remember that story he told about the girl that tried to grab his balls too hard, knocked her out?
Yeah.
And the homeboys came back and beat his ass so bad he shit himself.
Yep.
They're the most vulnerable rappers ever. They don't give a fuck about being tough guys. They say the truth, man.
Yeah.
I respect that.
That was for some reason Howard Stern's favorite story. He would always come back to the shitting yourself story. Like every time ICP's on Howard Stern, almost they tell that fucking story, and Howard just loves it. Reacts to it like he's never heard it before every time.
All right, my number 4 is seems to be a song that a lot of juggalos haven't heard for whatever reason. Yo Rebel Flag.
Stop the bus. Violent J comes out, barrels to your chest, and blow your lungs out. Motherfucker fucking hit. I kick you in the mouth, sway your fucking lips up. You swallow them teeth when I do. And me and my boys will run a train on your Thelma lip. Then break her fucking back. Goddamn bigots ain't all that. So I'ma cut your brain out. Reach in and pull your spine out. Welcome to the Carnival show. You're invited, you and your bitch float. And the wicked clown's gonna jack, cut your legs off, and have you crawl back. Don't step to the city folk, bitch, that's why you got your titties broke. So get back on your aardvark. Don't let me see a bigot coming through Clark Park. Cut his neck with my good blade. 34 years old, still in the 3rd grade. Yeah, speaking on others. Look at your hootenanny ass motherfucker. And your bearded bitch hang. Fuck bump jaw and your rebel flag. Fuck your rebel flag. Fuck your rebel flag. Fuck your rebel flag! 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 Been down south, you can't tell me. Hillbilly, hillbilly, hillbilly. Uncle Willie, acting nilly. Old bitch, cooking up fiddles. That fuck on the porch, playing the fiddle. You know I'd love to show you that ghetto style. Take you out back, throw you in a shit pile like for the inner city. I'd whip your ass, but you're shitty and funky, like the pigs you eat. Picking that shit off them yellow feet. Don't step us so much as cough, or I'ma shoot you in the back till your chest falls off. What you say ain't always hype, so I slap you in the face with a lead pipe. Teach the kids what pops taught you, and he's a funky ass bigot too. Fell short of the due respect. Don't speak when I slap you in your red neck. Fuck all that bullshit you stuck on. Get back on your mule and get the fuck on. Don't look back, I'ma hit ya. Take that redneck bitch out with ya. Spit on your rebel rag. So fuck you and your rebel flag.
Wilbur.
I'ma cut his neck.
Pause.
I'ma break his back.
Uber.
I'ma stab his face.
Jed.
I'ma slit his throat.
Wilbur.
I'ma cut his neck.
Pause.
I'ma break his back.
Uber.
I'ma stab his face.
Thelma Lou.
I'ma fuck her in the
Hillbillies listening down south. Hillbillies listening down south.
south. Finna put around a buckshot in your mouth to blow the back of your fucking neck loose. Hillbillies run around like a headless goose, cause you try burning down my cross. Fat sweaty racist hick named Hoss. Fuck, you sleep in the barn and you fuck your horse. Brick to the head, put your back on course, yeah. But you know I chill, cause if I don't flex on you, the others will. Straight folks in the south won't have it. They put around and you race his ass quick. The cool in the south team up with the north and blow that bigot off his fucking horse. So put away your goddamn twine. Someone cut your pipe and take a little moonshine, then drink it all up. Barrels to your face and blow your fucking head off. Keep on gunning cause of what they said. Punk, I put a slug in your bald head, scalp a skinhead quick. And your greasy ass triple clan ain't shit. To zip me up in the bag. And I'll shit on a motherfucking rebel flag.
Beat on that is so fucking dope. I love the part where they're like, there's like a drum roll or whatever when he's like, fuck your rebel flag. And it's like, fuck your rebel flag. I love that shit. And it starts out like fucking Violent J comes out fucking swinging. When you just stop the bus, Violent J comes out, barrels to your chest, pull your fucking lungs out. That shit goes, yeah.
It's hard.
So dope. It's got fucking everybody's on that one. John Kick Jass is on it, and Shaggy has a verse. It's just a fucking dope ass song, man. And like live, that song would go fucking hard as well, man. Sing along track. They got the whole shirt with the fucking Carnival of Carnage waving the rebel flag while it's on fire and shit. So fucking dope.
Okay.
What's crazy is all the like mainstreamers that had no idea who ICP were or what their music sounds like or their catalog or whatever. Whenever ICP put out that shirt, they thought that was like the first time ICP was taking a stand against like rebel flags. They're like, look at ICP, look at them. Like I'm a juggalo now. It's like, motherfucker, if that's your only reason that you need to be a juggalo, you've been a juggalo since '92. They fucked shit on fuck Carnival of Carnage. They didn't know that shit at all. They just knew that they'd put that shirt out.
And it's not like they didn't follow it up either with like Chicken Hunting or like anything else. Like they've done several songs that are like fuck racist, basically, you know, fuck that shit.
And like I was talking about with Guts on the Ceiling with that story making the song so much fresher. If you've read Behind the Paint, you know where this song came from. Whenever Jay went to live with Jumpsteady, I think it was North Carolina, he said it was like a real redneck town. He said everybody was just fucking racist, using the N-word, and he's like, he just thought that fucking, you know, how the fuck are people like this? And you know, that type of experience, just like seeing the fucking brains on the ceiling, that experience in North Carolina is what fucking inspired songs like that. So it's always dope whenever you can, you know the history of an artist and kind of figure out where a lot of that material is coming from. And I think that trip to North Carolina, he talks about it in that book, man, he was just disgusted with humanity. And I think that's the reason they've always went out of their way to put songs like this on their albums. And for fuck's sakes, how many fucking juggalos still have a fucking Confederate flag in the back of their fucking profile picture?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think it's very hard.
You got a tattoo on them and shit?
Oh, yeah, I don't get that at all, man. Like, how
ridiculous.
How'd you miss that memo?
I don't know, man.
Figure it out. Go ahead and move it up to the 3 spot. I think one of the big things about the Carnival of Carnage album was they had the 2 other biggest fucking rappers in Detroit on one side of each that were beefing with each other, Kid Rock and Esham. Now my 3 spot's gonna be Taste with Esham.
Heard what's going on in the free world. Broke up the asylum and killed a girl. Just to warm up, just to get it out. Cause I'm a beat cutting dust, trying to break it down. Can't nobody get me. I've always been a psycho, but now they coming with me. Let's straight do we team up. Cause I believe every thug deserves a good cut. Look in my brain, it's fucking insane. Rolling around naked in the acid rain. Rich bitch fucker, took me for a sucker. Now we killing you instead of killing each other. Walked in your house, shot him in the mouth. Lean back the head and pour the brains out. My lyrics are strong, it's only a song. The government front like they don't know what's going on. Fuck it, I'll take the matter in my own hands. Cut you down, can't cut you down. Cause I know the rich go jogging. And I'm waiting in the bushes, axe to the noggin. About 30, 40 times. Psychedelic sick with the psycho rhyme. Let's keep the killing in one place. But I'm at your door, motherfucker, have a taste.
Fucking you up, won't let you pass. Fucking you up, shot you in the ass. Jumped out the alleyway with a motherfucking battle axe. Drunk dead bodies on the motherfucking train track. I'm sick of this shit on my TV. They showing psychopathics and I see me. And you're calling me a homeless hobo while I'm laying on my suede couch listening to Mojo.
Snipe you in the head from a tower. Or chase your naked ass clean out the shower. Finally catch it on the block. Take this here gat, shoot you in the
Who
cock.
you fucking with, Governor E? Don't you know I hang your dead ass from a tree?
Yo, then swing it by the foot.
Mr. Drummer looking bald-headed punk bitch. Strolled to the banquet party. Drank all they broke, then shot everybody. They set it up wrong. Created the ghetto and thought it wouldn't last long. Thought we'd kill each other off. Didn't think we'd come to the suburbs, jack off. The clown will stick his knife in your face. Motherfucker, have a taste.
I always say that Jay, when he's on fucking tracks with Esham, will always fucking try to bring his best because he's fucking trying to impress his idol. And that was the first time Jay really got to try to impress his idol like that. So you know he was going to bring it. They brought it. This song's fucking classic. I love it. That'd be one of these songs that we always talk about, like at Camp Zool. We wanted to see a Crawl Space with Crawdaddy. Like Taste with Esham coming out would be fucking super dope. And I remember that fucking story about where Esham gets mad they didn't play his whole album. He was supposed to come out and play Taste, and I don't know if they ever did that or not. I know he didn't that night. He left. He got mad because they said, fuck you, fuck Alex Abyss. And I don't know if they ever went on to fucking play that shit in that era or not. But if not, man, what a missed opportunity of fucking some freshness that if somebody had videotape of that from back in the day of Esham coming out to play Taste in like 93 in Detroit with the Clowns, that'd have been so fresh. But nonetheless, if they ever did it live or not, this song's fucking a banger. I hope they fucking break it out at some gathering or something that Esham's on, or if he's at a Hatchet Attacks, man, that'd be dope to see him. One of those fucking songs like that always makes it special. Think back to fucking Graveyard. Project Born this year. That's a highlight of the gathering for a lot of people because they finally seen that shit come together. And look at the timing. Like that was like pretty much the last opportunity they were going to have to do that in full. And it was dope that they fucking got it. So I hope artists stop sleeping on that. I've heard a lot of people say that from the gathering and from Camp Zool, pretty much the only criticism is if the artist is there at the fucking event that you're on the track with, bring that motherfucker on stage. Like, even if they don't know their fucking lyrics, the fans in the crowd do. He can just act like it.
Yeah. Get a big pop too, man.
Hell yeah. That'd be so dope, man. Imagine
not only that, it puts a little bit of shine on the other dude as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're Zool and you've done a song with another dude, bring them dude up. Big pop for whoever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, imagine
Pussy them Bell Biv DeVoe. You trying to kill that shit, man.
Yeah, that's Esham's prime era right there, man. That's when he was inspiring everything that fucking went on to become what we're talking about right now. Is that shit?
Life after death, Judgment Day, Esham right there, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine how dope that would be to be at like a Hollow Wicket. Even it doesn't even have to be like at a gathering, and just all of a sudden you hear the fucking opening chords of Taste, and fucking Esham walks out of nowhere. Don't even advertise them and shit. That'd be so fucking fresh. Like
it's not Soul Train. Oh.
That's the type of moments that people haven't experienced yet. Like people are always saying, what is ICP going to do? What are Twisted going to do 25, 30 years into their career to keep these fucking live shows entertaining? That's what it is, man. Experiences that the fans haven't seen yet. So I hope the artists are like hearing how the fans really enjoy shit like that. Cause Hatchet Attacks really kind of spoiled us. I think Hatchet Attacks was invented to do that. It was to bring everybody together. They would always bring a couple of artists out on stage with each performance. So hope they get back to that for sure. Cause that was fucking fresh, and it was super fresh that Esham made his appearance on fucking Carnival of Carnage. Fuck Kid Rock though. I don't give a fuck about that motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck Kid Rock. All right. Number 3.
Yes, sir.
Violent J, motherfucker. Psychopathic. Psychopathic, bro.
Mine as well, bro. Mine as well.
Shit. Yeah.
Ghettos of America are breeding grounds for the criminal minded. As for years they killed one another off, and America has enjoyed its creation. Well, now these ghetto-minded criminals have crossed the line into your neighborhood and will soon give you a taste of the hell that they have lived for so long. So, Pops, this time it's your son who gets shot. Deal with your own creation.
Well, I've been to the front house and it's son. Paid my debts, but I'm still a street hustler. Dropped out of school cause I couldn't find my locker. Stubbles on my chin, I got hair like Chewbacca. Might see me sleeping on the street. Don't look for a job cause there's no jobs looking for me. Then it all went to my head. Next day, 49 motherfuckers dead. Tell the pigs I did it. Police spot at your back and beat you in the head with it. And keep your bitch in place, or I'ma send her ass home with a footprint on her face. I'm hating sluts. Shoot him in the face, step back and it's my nuts. Less them in a sack, cause I fuck so hard it'll break they back. All the pressure packed into one nut. I was waiting on the bus and my head blew up. And the sight'll make you sick. Violent J, motherfucker, psychopathic.
He made him a psychotic, demented, psycho-collecting motherfuckers. And we might put a hook on your throat like it ain't nobody's business.
So I'm standing by the train tracks. Then you see me running butt naked with a battle axe. I'm swinging and slicing and chopping and cutting and until I'm numb. Seems like I always get beat down, like the hawk turned to the wicked clown. Tiptoe back to the ghetto zone, cause it's
Southwest Detroit, this demented one's home.
So you might see me at a festival, cussing rude and scratching my testicles with a cold 2-liter at hand. Rapping to the bitch at the French fry stand, take it to the Patton Park. Then I'll make a sexist remark, cause they're all eventually bitching. So if we ain't fucking, take your ass to the kitchen. Police don't like me, it's obvious. Just don't look in the trunk, or the sight'll make you sick. Violent J, motherfucker, Psychopathic.
That beat is
So dope.
crazy.
And it like switches up halfway through too.
Yeah, you get that fucking Halloween
beat.
Yeah, I've always been a
Okay.
psycho.
Fucking fire, bro. I love that shit so much. Banger.
Yeah.
Psychopathic.
That's my two, so I can go ahead and jump in as well.
Damn.
Yeah, that beat, like you talked about, that fucking Halloween beat kicks in. We've already talked about it on our horror movie episode. I'm a fucking big time fucking Halloween fan. I decorate fucking yard with thousands of dollars worth of fucking decorations every year. So I knew that fucking Halloween beat as soon as I heard it. And it was just done so well too. Like it wasn't that they just played it. It mixed in so perfectly with the song. And then the way that Violent J, motherfucker, Psychopathic. Like just the way he'd say that shit. Like it just had that extra little bit of fucking grime on it, man, with the Psychopathic. Love that shit.
Fucking banging.
And I mean, they're repping the fucking label, which, you know, nobody really knew at the time when that came out. But I mean, that's fucking basically Psychopathic Records fucking anthem right there.
Oh, yeah.
Also kind of showed you what was coming forward too. Like he was talking about with Jade kind of being more on the horror tip on this one, because like we said, the rest of this album is a whole lot of like more gangsta style, but this shit right here lets you know what was moving forward was going to become the Wicked Clowns. So it's got to be on my list. So I put it at the 2 spot for me.
Oh yeah. So
Mike, Mike with your number 2.
We just keep agreeing with everybody. It's gonna be like 15-minute show. we out, y'all.
My number 2, Wizard of the Hood.
One time, the ICP with this shit for you and your boys to say fuck yeah,
motherfuckers all the way to
Yo, Jay,
Delray.
kick some of that shit about the wizard and all that. Drop a psycho beat and go on rap, foreheaded fuck.
Shit, homeboy, you should have seen me. I was flipped at the party, drinking 5th of MD. Straight passed out on his mother's bed. 7 cans of brew going through my head. Dreaming, I was sipping on Faygo in my dope house, and here comes a tornado. I can't run nowhere, cause the whole damn house was spinning through the air. And don't laugh just yet.
Yeah, it's glad they motherfucking eyes.
Bang! And here comes a 3.5-foot pimp with a blue zoot suit and a Mac that he limp. Yo, I got a grip on my weapon, cause this midget motherfucker and his boys are stepping.
Oh my, look at the witch. You crushed and killed that wicked old bitch.
And they saying that I'm doomed, cause I killed some hoe that rides on a broom. Fuck this, I'm going back to where I stay, and I'm walking down the yellow brick alleyway.
To see the wizard. You're up to see the wizard.
Dropping motherfuckers all the way to Delray. Dropping motherfuckers all the way to Delray.
Well, go on, motherfucker.
Now I'm roaming just like a bass head. Everybody knows just where the alley led. And don't say you don't know which way to go. Yo, they got a scarecrow. I ain't playing this bullshit no more. So I whip out the nickel-plated double four. Best time I ask how to get back, or I'll blow a straw at your fucking head.
You wanna see the wizard?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Give me up this pole and I'll come with you.
You know the whiz?
Yeah, it's the roll for him. Then he gave me out a G, now I got a bullet for him.
Now me and the crow was walking on bricks, spitting and cussing and holding our dicks, thinking, damn, this ain't how the movie go. I ain't seen one motherfucking rainbow. Ain't a fresh pair of kicks in the land, just what you thought.
They go to 10, man.
How to get to the wizard?
What the fuck? I ain't saying shit till you oil me up.
I don't see any motherfucking oil, bro.
Oil me up with the 40 of Red Bull.
Just like the book said, Tin Man was stumbling like a crackhead, old ass rusted out metal. But we was on our way to see the wizard of the ghetto.
Fuck up, bitch. Damn, this ain't Kansas, ho. This is a Southwest motherfucking ghetto zone, bitch. So take your skank ass up, and you and Toto get the fuck on.
Shit is crazy, man. Love that shit. Story time from Ron J again. You know, it would become his EP in 2003, but man, I love that shit. That shit is crazy. You know, dark, grimy, you know, dope ass shit like Wizard of Oz, Hood Style, beyond classic. Love it, man. All time favorites right there.
Talked about Psychopathic being the precursor to like the Wicked shit. This is the precursor to a fucking EP that I don't know one single Juggalo that doesn't love that album. Like there's not a lot of albums that is 100% universally in the Juggalo world acclaimed, and I think fucking Wizard of the Hood is one of those very few.
Welcome to the Wizard's Kingdom. Fucking fire. Shit so hard. Love it. Number 2. Wizard of the Hood.
It always made me wonder how Violent J come up with that shit when he don't smoke weed. He ain't smoke weed back then, and coming up with just ideals like that. I think Jump Steady probably had a lot to do with it, with all the role playing.
Yeah.
But just coming up with shit like that, man. The Wizard of the Hood, like, where does that dude come up with that shit at?
Some midget motherfucker and his boys was stepping. Oh my, look at the witch. She crushed and killed that good old bitch.
I always think of Vinny the ICP kid on Shockumentary rolling in the car with his homie singing that shit. That part. Yep.
I almost forgot about that shit.
Yep, that's what they're saying. And his dad's like in the front.
Yeah, his dad's like
with his fly ass Charlotte Hornets starter jacket on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
I had like a starter fucking Charlotte Hornets pullover. It was like the bulkier kind. It wasn't like a windbreaker. Fucking Larry Johnson back in the day, man.
The classic starter jacket.
I had the Georgetown joint.
I remember back then, bro. Everybody had a starter jacket, and I wanted to get one, and I had to get like this, like it was like this IHL fucking Cincinnati Cyclones fucking starter. It was a starter jacket, motherfucker.
Right? Fuck it.
All right, my number 2. This song reminds me a lot of Psychopathic. It's the Juggler.
Well, you know the juggler jumped in the mix. I've been down the road and I broke a few necks and I break a few mouths. So what's up? Roll by me in the corner, I'ma hold my nuts up. It's been a fuck you with that. But if you're to escape, let me hit that. Good Violent J ain't even one to fake it. I done seen some folded up skate bitches naked. I pass out when it gets dark. It woke up naked at the Clark Park. Gotta go, gotta get before I get the rap. Got a chopped off head chilling in my lap. Mr. Shrink, I'm sick. Lunatic, tick tock, it don't quit. It don't quit, it don't quit. Mr. Shrink, I'm sick. A lunatic, he tick. The doctor told me I'm a psycho. So I ate his face like I don't know. Knife to the neck and I got some more. The night of the axe, the night of the 44. Bitch, I'm a man you can talk to. But after you leave, I'ma stalk ya. If you're a little kid, I'ma take ya. And if you're a nick, I'ma break ya. If you're an old lady, I'ma mug ya. Cause bitch, you can't fuck with the juggler.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is the Juggler. He'll cut your windpipe, eat your face, and slit your motherfucking heart out. You can see this freak show at the world-famous Carnival of Carnage. Keep juggling, motherfucker.
Cause you know the juggler throw you up fast. And if I drop you, that's your ass. I shake and twist, try to keep calm. I might go to hell cause I'm down with these shine. Got a rhyme for your Uncle Billy. Then I hit him in the head with a billy. Willy, watch your mouth and fuck the South. Running with a gang 20 Street Hoods, yo. What's up, bitch? What's up, hot? Sometimes you act like you ain't down. What it's like, psychotic, wicked clown. Fucking my friends ain't healthy. Cause I grab you by the face and fuck you up. And it's like that, bitch, that's the way it is. I'm allowed to fuck how I'm in showbiz. Sets in the hood want me folk dead. So I yes, violent J, the psychopathic. Some might say I'm schizophrenic, others think I'm klepto-psychic, but somehow the bitches like it. What's up, bitch? Let me get the shot. Right here and now, but naked on the spot.
Shake and twist, trying to keep calm. I might go to hell because I'm down with Isham. And the interlude always gets me too. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is the juggler. He'll cut your windpipe, eat your face, and slit your motherfucking heart out. So dope. The whole fucking song is fucking killer. I love like Jay's flow on that shit. It's Jay's solo song. Just fire, man. And like I said, the interludes are really cool. It's like a carny. Like this is like probably one of the most carny songs on the fucking record. There's like the intro I just said. There's like a couple of those that go throughout the whole song. It's fucking dope.
Fuck yeah.
And once again, it's my track. It's the next number up for me. It's my number one track, so I can just jump in and talk about it as well. That little interlude you was talking about with Violent J, whenever they're doing the juggler, like back in the day, whenever they would do concerts, Jay would always have those fucking 2 liters under his fucking shit, like going right along with it, like every time, man, like just perfectly, like fucking shooting Faygo out with it. He had like a little routine he'd do with it. I don't think they do that song very much anymore live, but that song's fucking great live. It's a great fucking song on the album. It's the first song from the album that I really connected to. Like you said, it's probably the one that sounded the most like Riddlebox and Ring and Malenko type material. Not so much the sound of the song, but the material of the song. And I'd already known what a Juggalo was, so it was had that much more meaning than it did in '92. Because I mean, in '92 you didn't know what the fuck a Juggalo was, but him singing the Juggler is so much close to like probably the birth of what Juggalo would eventually become. And the first time I heard it, Juggalo was already known what was going on with that, so it immediately appealed to me. And like I said, I'd seen it on the bootleg concert VHSs. I see it. I always dug like Jay just wow it out during that fucking during that intro whenever they're talking about the fucking Juggler. It's the most carny on it for sure. I think that's the one that you can like play for somebody, and from the first one it doesn't really sound that old. Like people don't really think that one sounds as old as the other one. I think it's just because of the great production. It's just so different that it doesn't sound old. It just sounds fucking so far left field from anything that was going on in 1992 that it doesn't sound like 92. It still sounds fresh even today. It's like, damn, they could have made that fucking in 2012 and I wouldn't be fucking surprised. So I gotta have it at my one for sure.
Yeah, fire shit.
You know me well, you know my number one is, bro. Not at the X.
Yes, my number one as well. Clearly.
Clearly, bro.
Showed up at your high school prom with an axe in my motherfucking palm, and I jumped on the front stage swinging. Necks and backs went flinging, and the toe I went psychopath chick, chopping throats with a hatchet, cause they tried to get me. So I took a head with me, ran down the hall butt naked. If you got a life, I'ma take it, cause I got it going on, and I broke to the female John. Motherfuckers think I'm sick. You ever seen a bitch take a shit? Fuck that, let a dookie ass speak, cause female shitting is news to me. Climbed on the fire escape. How many lives can one motherfucker take? 1 like 2 like 3 like 4. Throw me a Mac 10, I'm about to take more. 50 lives coming out 80. Fuck this, I'm finna fuck this lady. Tie the bitch up to the light post, slap her in her face cause I'm psycho. Beat her down and beat her up. Fucking slut, some bitches make me wonder. Kicked her gut and left my number. Call me fucking nympho. Then I threw her through a window. Look, and I climbed up a tree. Came back down. I don't know why. Straight up insanity. Damn, if it ain't a family, hope they come home soon. Cause I'm waiting in the bedroom.
Sparky, we're home, Sparky. Watch your foot, honey.
Honey, where's Sparky? Mom, Dad, Lisa's in the bathroom, and I've gotta go really bad.
Don't worry, little Joey. I'll get the bitch out. Like it? Have another. Diced up all Cinco. Then I threw him in the Pinto. Now I'm on burner, bumping the funk. With 5 dead bodies in the trunk. And I'm doing about 90. To the blue and reds behind me. You can pull me over, Jack. Just don't look in the back.
Hey, what's your fucking hurry, son?
Just don't look in the trunk.
We got a wild one here, he's naked.
Just don't look in the trunk.
He's got blood on his hands and face.
Just don't look in the trunk.
Be advised, the car's registered to a Wilson family.
Just don't look in the trunk.
Oh, the
chunk, you say, huh? Okay, what do you say? Let's have a look-see here.
Like I said, that island version ain't shit. Like this, Night of the Axe is fucking Jesus Christ, amazing. Me, Luke, Steel City, and Dustin did top 10 ICP songs, and that was on both our lists, I believe. I remember
it was definitely on my list. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Night of the Axe is crazy. The storytelling, you know,
probably the highest death count of regular ass, because I think there was like Bing Pow Boom song where they killed fucking thousands of people, but like this fucking song was like hundreds of people fucking dying.
What's the sister's name? Lisa's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I gotta go really bad.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Joey. I'll get the bitch out.
Here, have another.
Have another. At the Mexican restaurant and shit. Like, that shit is fucking fire.
Oh, I'm fucking full, man. Fucking burritos, man.
Hit at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Just don't look in the chunk. That shit, yo.
Yeah.
Be on fire.
And I always talk about it. There's that part where he's talking about beating up this chick.
Yeah.
I don't know why I should be laughing, but it's fucking funny as fuck. He like beats her down, he beats her up, he fucking kicks her in the gut, and then he leaves his phone number for her. Kicks her through a window and shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so brutal, but it's like so funny the way he describes it and shit. It's like they take like this brutal ass shit and they make it like funny, like it's so over the top. It's comic book, you know.
That's what I was gonna say. I always thought of if the Joker from Batman ever, like back here on my fucking screen, if that dude ever wrote a song, it would be that, because it's so like, it's so sinister how he's doing such evil things, but he's also like got like such a comedic look at it as well. He's like throwing comedy in it as well. It's like straight out of the Joker, out of the comic book, like you said.
Yeah.
Such a good diversity on it. Like, you know, it goes from fucking, you know, talking about killing people to him fucking just making a joke about just the random thing. It's something like you would see fucking Jack Napier pen, but fucking Joe Bruce penned it.
Yeah, Night of the Axe Classic, it also spurred a whole bunch of other Night of the songs.
Yeah.
Night of the Chainsaw, Night of the 44, like there's a whole bunch more Night of songs.
Every Night of is fucking fire too.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, we was even talking about that on the Riders episode last week. Like how they've got kind of the Rider, they got like a name and then a Rider song kind of tradition. That's, I think it was kind of built on the Night of tradition, and the Night ofs never fucking miss.
Nope.
I told Luke before we went on air, I said, Night of the Axe I know is going to be on your list #1 for sure, so I'm going to leave it off mine. So that's why Carnival of Carnage got put on at the 5 spot. But yeah, and I guess we keep on saying like the island version's whack. I guess for people that maybe don't know what we're talking about, the original pressing of Carnival of Carnage had 2 tracks, Blacken Your Eyes and Night of the Axe on it. Whenever they signed with Island after the Malenko controversy, Island repopped the early Joker cards, but they heard those 2 songs, and I guess probably the domestic violence that that happened, that we've kind of pointed out in both of the songs, is probably why my Island was like, yeah, we're not fucking with that, and they took them off of the Carnival Carnage re-release, which probably I would say 75% of Juggalos have probably only heard that, because it's kind of hard to, up until the streaming age, because it was kind of hard to find. Island eventually put it out like 3 or 4 years later, but it was, I would say 75% of the copies of Carnival Carnage that sold probably was missing arguably 2 of the best tracks on the album. That would be like taking the Killing Fields and 12 off Riddlebox.
Oh God.
and that's how you know Riddlebox. Imagine that. That's fucking. I still speculate that's why Carnival Carnage was ranked #8 whenever we did the Joker card rankings, is because I think a lot of Juggalos still think of Carnival Carnage minus 2 of the best songs on the fucking album.
Yep.
Yeah, I never owned the Island version ever.
Good.
I always had the version that I bought in '96 from the record store.
Yeah, you had to get it in $3.98.
I remember seeing it because I remember going to the record store and it was like they remastered it and everything, and they put like a different font. It was like a different font, if I remember correctly, they used for the track listing on the back and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never ended up picking that up.
So like that Connie font.
Yeah. It's like a Carnival font on it. I think they did the same thing with Ringmaster with a different font as well.
There's a font on the OG that is still true to the vinyl. That, simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they used like this weird, like if you imagine what a carnival font would look like, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Before we got out here, got 5 questions relating to Carnival Carnage. Had so much fun doing the Riders one. Figured might as well cue it up for the Carnival Carnage as well. Question number 1: what song would get a video from Carnival Carnage if you got to make that call? For me, man, we kind of already talked about it. It'd be Rebel Flag, just so you could put it in these juggalos' faces that ain't figured it out yet. Because they ain't figured it out yet. So I think a video would help even more than like the t-shirt did. Like I talked about the mainstream kind of marking out that they had that t-shirt. I think a video, you release that shit on World Star or wherever the fuck they're releasing shit at now, I think people would probably have a pretty good reception to it. And it's a dope ass song. And it's old, as people say. It's so old now that it sounds fresh again. So people hearing it for the first time might catch their ear like, damn, I didn't know ICP could do this type of shit. So yeah, I would pick Rebel Flag.
Oh yeah. For me, Night of the Axe. Kind of like a mini movie type deal.
Yeah, like they did with Night of the Chainsaw. Just basically the same type of shit. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I would do either one. Or I could just be a clown and say black in your eyes, but but yeah, your Rebel Flag could be a dope video. Like I could picture your Rebel Flag being a video. Like having like burning rebel flags in the background and shit, and like them fucking rapping the shit, and then like rednecks run in, they kill the fucking rednecks, and they keep rapping the fucking. That would be dope. Night of the Axe would be fire though. Like Mike said, like if you turned it into like a little like horror movie thing, like deathbed style, like get somebody that's like a special effects guy to fucking do for it. Night of the Axe.
Violent J, if you're watching this, we know somebody that can school that for you. His name is Tom Martino.
I can get a hold of Martino. I know Martino. I can get a hold of him for you. If you need
Get Luke up, man. We got you.
Well, yeah, since we're on this topic, I would love to see them do some like retro music videos where they take old songs and do new music videos for them. That would be fire. Heck, put that shit out on DVD. I would to fund the music video. I would fucking buy it, and I'm sure a lot of other people would too. That shit would be fire.
Yeah, put it out on DVD, and then between that and the money you get if you put it out on YouTube and get those like views and the fucking promotion that you get paid for it every time somebody watches it, man, that would pay for them videos. That's a dope idea too. We were talking about it on the last episode, trying to find things that people haven't experienced yet, and that'd be one thing. Moving on to question number 2: is Carnival Carnage the best Joker card design as far as the looks? For me, it's yeah.
For me, nah. It's close. My favorite's Ringmaster.
Mine as well. Just the forks up, forks down. So dope.
So
yeah, Carnival Carnage is up there because Carnival Carnage, like you can do so much color blocking with it. Like it's so easy to like swap colors with the Carnival Carnage like logo.
Yeah.
So dope. But I like the Ringmaster design better just because he looks so fucking fresh. Like I do like the old schoolness, like with the it's not on here, but he's got the chain with the ICP shit on it.
That's
one
what
right there.
That's what makes me like Carnival Carnage the best, is that ICP chain. Like I've got Carnival Carnage just normally tattooed on this arm. I've got like the chain just itself on this arm. I liked it so much I wanted to get it just like a bigger version of the chain. It just looks so fucking like old school, like you were talking about, man. Like you see that fucking logo, you immediately think Southwest Detroit, old school, like early 90s to me.
Yeah, like it's old school b-boy shit. It's dope.
Yeah.
And then I think about that 1998 shirt that they released whenever they repopped all the albums. They also repopped all the shirts, and it was that red and white Carnival Carnage logo on the black shirt. That shit was fire, man. One of my favorite shirt designs of all time. So I think it always works. Like Luke said, there's so many color variations you can go with. I think that it stands out. But like y'all said, with the Ringmaster, you got that fucking gold. Like the vinyl is gold. Like you can make the gold vinyl and shit like that. So there's some dope ones. The tape, the cassette tape for fucking Ringmaster was the dope ass gold tape. So yeah, I can see a argument for Ringmaster as well. Moving on to question number 3: what's your favorite Carnival of Carnage merchandise? For me, it'd probably be the Sanity Insanity shirts, the original old school ones.
Absolutely.
They look like they were printed in '92 at a local fucking t-shirt shop. Like they look just so old school and self-made that they're just so fucking dope. And the ones they repop don't have the same like effect to them. They don't look like they were made in a local mom and pop shop. They looked like they were made at a professional fucking press because they were. But those old school ones, man, they just have that fucking look about them. And I think they also fit differently. Like back in the 90s, like t-shirts were made differently. So they're us all baggy and shit. They're not all tight like the new shirts these days. So yeah, those old school, the original fucking Sanity and Sanity shirts. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the old school one, you can go back and look up first ever Hallowicket, and there's mad ninjas wearing it in the line for the first ever Hallowicket because that's in '94. So that shit was kind of fairly new, and you can see the black version and the white version. I think they ended up making a red one too, and I'm always a fan of red shirts, so that'd be super dope as well to have like a crispy ass red one. Probably be the one I'd go with if I was buying one today. But Sanity and Sanity shirts for me is my favorite piece of merch that's Carnival Carnage related.
Yeah, mine would be the old school blue Carnival Carnage shirt with the black and white face. I had that one like way back in the day. I told the story before. I mail ordered shirts from Psychopathic like back in, it was probably like 96. I think or maybe it was 97. It was like right around when Malenko came out. I know that. And you had to fucking get a money order or you had to fucking write a check, send it out to Detroit, and just wait for your shit to come back. And one of the shirts I got a Carnival Carnage shirt, the blue one with the black and white face. There's a Carnival Carnage on the back. I got the Ringmaster with like the glitter Ringmaster shirt. I got the Riddle box, which is the big head that you've probably seen. And then I was supposed to get a Great Malenko shirt. But they didn't have the Malenko shirt. I've told this before. So they sent me the white Too Dope Fuck Off shirt that I couldn't do shit with. But yeah, that blue Carnival Carnage shirt, I wore that shirt all the fucking time. And it was like probably one of my favorite shirts back then. It was just so dope.
Every time I think of that shirt, I think of this.
Shockumentary. Me too.
They hate it, but I don't give a shit what they say.
Straight up. Too Dope just landed on my head.
Yeah.
Yep.
They recently repressed it, but it's got the stupid
That's
35th.
fucking terrible.
It's got the stupid 35th shit on it. But
30th.
Yeah, 30th
Yeah,
thing
I
on it.
hate
That's
that
like,
shit.
but the classic one, so
It
fucking
may seem
dope.
silly to some people, but that makes me not want to buy it. Like straight the fuck up.
The
Thank God
Malenko
it's not in the
jersey,
hats.
the Malenko jersey they re-released with the gold one, but it had that patch on it. It's like
Fucking, it drives me insane. Literally.
which
I have my size too, but it's like that 30 shit, bro. Like,
I kind of get why they do it because people that have the original ones might be upset, but the thing I noticed, especially with the Malenko jersey, is the originals have number 4 on them. The repress that they just put out have 97, so you didn't even need the 30th to make it different. So you could, I would be much happier if it just had the 97 instead of the 30. Like the 97 makes it totally different to me. So yeah, I definitely see why people wouldn't want to jam out with that too much. Question number 4: best song to see performed live from this album.
the Juggler. Oh, my bad. You got my bad, dog. I'm not thinking. Go ahead.
You read my mind. I was going to say the Juggler. I already talked about it. Jay's always got that fucking little skit he does with the fucking Faygo bottles right to the fucking tune of the song, man. I always marked out for that shit. So, yeah, Juggler. That's the best one to see live. Taste, if they ever do it, like we've been talking about, bring out Isham. That'll be number 1 on my list if that fucking would happen.
To me, it's got to be Your Rebel Flag, man, because that's like a crowd participation song, man. The redneck guys come out, start dancing on stage, and everybody just goes fucking wild. And during the chorus, when the drums start fucking going up, and everybody's like, "Fuck Your Rebel Flag!" There should be fucking fire live, man.
Yep. There's one of those performances from the Carnival of Carnage or Beverly Kills era where they played it live, like back in the day. That was super dope. Moving on to the final question. Question number 5. What are some of your other favorite albums released in 1992, the year that Carnival of Carnage was released? For me, I'll start it off with my favorite album of all time, Alice in Chains' Dirt. So that's got to be on my list of my favorite album by anyone ever. So I'll say that one is my first one. I got a couple others, but I'll let y'all go ahead and say, so I don't like step on you guys if you have some picks that I have the same of.
I got the Chronic, Dr. Dre. Classic. I got Ice Cube, The Predator. I got Redman, the album, the first Redman album. Amazing. Brandon said Alice in Chains, Dirt. I got Pantera, Vocal Display of Power. fucking
Mhm.
raw shit. Megadeth Countdown to Extinction, Gangstar Daily Operation, Bushwick Bill Little Big Man. And that's about it because I'll be here all day. 92 was a fantastic year.
Crazy
Esham Judgment
year.
Day, Nod Is Life After Death. There's way more. I'll leave it like that. Stone Temple Pilots.
That's what I was gonna say. There's a week where like Dirt and Core and like 4 other albums came out in like 1 week of time in 1992. That there ain't been that many good albums released in the last 10 years of music. Period. It's crazy. Yeah, 92 was a hell of a year for music. I had the Chronic as well in mind.
Yeah, I had the Chronic. The only one I had that you guys haven't mentioned yet is Rage Against the Machine's self-titled.
Oh my
Fucking Fire.
god.
That was a groundbreaking album for sure. Man, 92 was fucking loaded. On every side. Usually it's like one style of music that really kind of highlights and sticks out about you know, like there's always like that one that kind of catches on fire. But man, in 92 there was fucking every variation. I mean, you got all the way from Alice in Chains to fucking Carnival of Carnage just coming out. Like,
I know.
it's crazy, man. 92
This album is crazy. Killing in the Name,
Yeah.
Bullet in the Head, Freedom. Got Maynard James Keenan from Tool on that motherfucker. Know Your Enemy. Yeah, that first Rage record's a motherfucking bro.
Yeah, dude, Rage were on fire in the 90s, man.
Hell yeah, I'm a big Rage fan.
also appeared at Woodstock 99 as ICP dude. Man, what talking about 92 being stacked. That 99 fucking Woodstock fucking lineup was one of my favorites of all time. You got DMX, ICP, Metallica, Red Hot Chili Pepper. You got fucking everybody on there, and it gets hated on so much now for some reason. Like, you know, people just think of it getting burnt down, but man, that was fucking a loaded ass fucking concert fucking lineup right there. I mean, you got ICP, DMX, and fucking James Brown.
Yeah.
Like that fucking thing. I mean, it had every spectrum of the fucking musical genre, and I'm somebody that thinks Woodstock 69 is like overrated. So to see people say how much better 69 is better than 99, I'm like, I do not feel that at all, man.
Yeah.
You had those classic airs like Rage Against the Machine in their fucking prime.
I don't know who the fuck played 69. I know Hendrix did. That's about it I know of. But
It's a bunch of like jam bands. I mean, it was good. I guess it was good if you were in the audience and ate like 4 hits of acid, just listen to some people jam out and shit. But it's not my style at all. Give me 99, 94 as well.
Hell yeah, Primus, Green Day, Cypress Hill, Metallica.
Green Day.
We could get into a whole conversation about like why music back then was like so much like better in a way, you know. I think the internet, we've talked about this before, I think on the show, the internet's kind of spoiled people to music. And like back then, like if you were an artist like that, like you were on MTV, like you were like household names kind of to a certain point, compared to now where it's like the market is so oversaturated with like just bullshit, you know. I don't know. I think the internet has definitely changed the way that like music is perceived in the mainstream for sure.
And the money's not there anymore either. You look at 99, man, that
Music,
was the most profitable time in music ever.
I was thinking about this the other day. Music is basically free now.
Yeah.
Music is free. Like
You use your music to sell your merch and your fucking tickets to your show.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Definitely not like it was in 1992 whenever this fucking album came out, for sure. I'm glad it came out in 92 because it came out right, man. Still fucking 30 years later, it still sounds fucking amazing.
I love the story that Jay tells. I think it was in a jam exam, or it was definitely on a Patreon stream where like they would hit up each record store. Like they would put the CDs in their trunk, and then they would like hit all the record stores in Detroit to drop off the records, and then they would go collect the money from the record stores. It's like, man, that was the fucking like, that was hustle to the extreme, man. Like now, what do you do to hustle? Like post on message boards and shit. Like the fucking same, man. You know what I mean? Like get No Jumper to play your music. Like come the fuck on, man.
Yeah, pay to be on World Star, something like that is the hustle. Then you talk about just shit that Violent J was talking about coming up. He was talking about flyering. He said that like they spent like 20% of their fucking lives in fucking Kinko's from all the fucking days they spent making flyers. He talks about flyering Harpo's and getting his fucking grill blown out by a bouncer there because he wasn't supposed to fucking flyer the parking lot. Yeah, that's like the old school fucking grind right there in like the early 90 days for sure.
They were like banging bitches at Kinko's so they could use the shit and everything else.
To get the copy key cards.
Yeah, fucking hell, man.
Had to like take a picture on like a Kodak, go print it out fucking at like Kmart, and then cut it out with like scissors, and then tape it to the fucking flyer, and then print it out.
I made a whole bunch of those kind of flyers back in the day because I used to do punk rock shows, and like that's still kind of the style for punk rock flyers now.
Yeah,
like, yeah, we used to do that shit, like cut out pictures and shit and staple them and then go get them printed out. Can't go print up a whole fucking stack and go to the mall and fucking hand that shit out, man. Like,
yep. That's how independent wrestling flyers were made up until probably like 2008, whenever the smartphones came out and everybody had fucking some kind of editing device in their fucking pocket. But yeah, I made a shitload of them like that. So yeah, back in the day, man, when this album came out, you had to grind to get on. I'm glad they did, because this album, damn near flawless, definitely deserves a higher spot than 8th, in my opinion, on the Joker card ranking. So if you haven't seen that, we keep bringing that up. Definitely go check that out. Luke was not rocking that Carnival of Carnage gear until he found out that it was ranked 8th. And in protest, he would put on his Carnival Carnage.
It's a classic GCG moment. Like,
yeah, we were all very upset that Carnival Carnage got the 8 spot. So I'm glad we got to get it some love here. The first Joker card in the first deck, closing out the first month right here in 2020. 2, 4. 5-piece. That's a lot of fucking numbers to remember. Until next time, I'm the Jokerz Gallery. This is 5-piece. We out.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Every day I die.
Back to the start, another try.
I got the time, so why shouldn't I? Every day I die.
Back to the start, another try.
I got the time, so why shouldn't I?
I've got too much time on my hands. Got too much time on my hands.